Hi there friends, if you're new to my channel, my name's Nicole and I'm here today to do a review of the new musical Romantics Anonymous at the Sam Wanamaker Playhouse at the Globe Theatre. Romantics Anonymous is a new original musical with the book written by and directed by Emma Rice. This is actually her last production at the Globe, which makes me so sad because I have loved her work. And it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Now, I have here the pamphlet on it, and I'm going to read you the description because I feel like it'll give you a better idea. Angelique makes beautiful chocolates carefully infused with all the emotion that seems to overwhelm her in daily life. Jean runs a chocolate factory that is running out of steam, rather like his own existence. Both seek help from the usual sources. Jean favors self-help tapes, and Angelique joins a support group, Les Émotifs Anonymes. Romantics Anonymous. Romantics Anonymous is an unusual and tender love story in which the obstacles to happiness are not the usual external barriers, but those sneaky little ones we know all too intimately, the ones within. Adapted by Emma Rice from the French-Belgian film Les Émotifs Anonymes, which I really want to watch now, with lyrics and music by Christopher Diamond and Michael Koeman, this new musical promises to be a treat for all the senses, filled with all the joy and pain it takes to survive and love in the modern world. This is a tale that will lift any heart. And it says, a funny, charming, and awkward love story, which is exactly how I would have described it. So I have some notes here. It is a charming tale. It is pure, it is good, you come out feeling better about the world. And now I went with Corinne and she was joking that it's not my typical musical because of that. I tend to like things that are quite depressing. But this I loved, and I felt like hope, which was really lovely. So one of the funniest things about it, and I'm gonna try not to give too many spoilers, but it begins in French because it is set in France, and then something happens and everything is translated to English, and you are magically able to understand it and you hear it in English. But I was actually really impressed with everyone's French in it. So I studied French for 11 years in school and I minored in it in university, and I thought that everyone did really well, and it was really fun for me because like I could understand all the French, which I think does make it, like, you don't need to understand French to enjoy it because it's not in that much, but it is a plus, I think, if you do. So a lot of it is based around chocolate, and you actually get a chocolate whenever you go in, so don't eat it right away like I did, even though I have no regrets. But that also makes it kind of fun because I feel like most people can relate to a love of chocolate, and so that's a lot of it is based around chocolate making, which I never really thought about, but it really is an art, people who make like fancy creative truffles, so that's a really cool part of it. Now, it's done in the Sam Wanamaker Playhouse at the Globe Theatre, which is where they put on shows in the winter whenever they can't use the normal Globe Theatre. And it's a really nice, small, intimate space. We were one of the last rows in like the upper balcony, but our view was amazing. I will say, because it is, I guess it's like a thrust stage, almost, so I don't think there's any seat in the house really that isn't like you're not going to miss something, because they do use like the whole area and then they go back into the audience of the pit. But from where we were sitting, at least, there was nothing that we missed that like felt important or like it was an issue. The piece itself is just absolutely lovely, and the music is wonderful. It has a kind of contemporary musical theater feel to it, without being like too actually contemporary, but I really thought that it was quite nice music. Like I said, it is based on the film, which I definitely want to watch now, but it kind of, the tone of it reminds me almost of maybe like She Loves Me, which if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I'm obsessed with. Just in that it's kind of heartwarming. Most of the issues come from kind of emotional problems that the characters are having. Angelique and Jean are both very shy, reclusive people, and I think that people who are shy or maybe suffer from anxiety or anything like that would definitely be able to relate to what they're dealing with. And kind of so often, I think, especially in musicals, you see these love stories where the people are confident, they know what they're doing, everything goes well, and the only barriers are from outside the relationship. So it's really nice to see a love story about two people who are quite awkward, who don't really know how to go about being in a relationship, and who have to learn not to hold themselves back. I also was so impressed by the dance in it. I wasn't expecting there to be as much dance as there is, and what is in there is really lovely. There's some great like ballroom type dance, but also just some traditional musical theater dance, and I thought that all of that worked really well, and it was very impressive how they did it all on the stage. There are a couple of performances that I want to give a shout out to, so I've got the names here. First of all, I can't not talk about how amazing Carly Bodden was as Angelique. She has a stunningly beautiful voice. She acted the part so well. It never felt cliche or trite, which I feel like the part could maybe if it wasn't done well, but I thought that she was just absolutely fantastic. And Dominic Marsh was also amazing as Jean Rene. I thought that he did so well. He made the part really kind of relatable, and even though he was like awkward and goofy, it never got cringy, if that makes sense. Like, he didn't take it so far that it was a caricature. And he also had a lovely voice as well, and they both were quite good dancers, which was great to see. The ensemble of the piece is just amazing. They all play so many different characters. I have to say, there are 3 people in the ensemble that I want to give a specific shout out to. One is Mark Antolin, particularly for his portrayal of Ludo, who's one of the like guys in the chocolate shop, which I thought was great. Also, Lauren Samuels, who is especially funny as the voice of the self-help tapes that Jean Rene listens to, but also was just great in all of the other parts that she played as well. Okay, and then finally, Natasha, and I'm so sorry if I say this wrong, but Jayet Lecky, maybe, who I thought was really good at making like each of the characters that she played, because she played several, really stand out and really be distinct characters, and you had the feeling that like she had a whole thought about what was going on in their life aside from what we were seeing, maybe. In any case, all 3 of those people were especially great, but the entire ensemble I was so impressed with. It's very much an ensemble show in some ways. I definitely recommend going to see the show, and if you want to see it, you want to get onto it now, because it does close on the 6th of January. And I got tickets through TodayTix. Corin and I took advantage of the TodayTix Cyber Monday sale, but you can get inexpensive tickets on TodayTix every day, I think up to 30 days in advance, which is really great. I'm not sponsored by TodayTix. I would love to be if you're watching this, but I just wanted to give that a big shout out because it is how I see a lot of theater. I get a lot of questions about how I see so much theater, how I have the money for it, and a big answer to that is TodayTix lotteries, rush tickets, and just their normal inexpensive seats. Well, thank you so much for watching. If any of you guys have seen Romantics Anonymous or wanted to see it or anything, let me know down in the comments below. And also, let's keep our fingers crossed, because I would love to see a cast album come out for this show, and maybe it's not too late to keep hoping for that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that you can check me out on social media and on my blogs. I will leave links to all of that down below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, because it really helps me out. And to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be releasing content every day of December leading up to Christmas, so you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you so much. Bye! That was an awkward ending.